Have you ever wondered what would happen if you could just let go? If you could unleash every single ounce of power your body is capable of in one single explosive moment? We're not talking about your personal best at the gym. We're talking about everything, 100%. So let's ask the question, what if you could throw a punch with all of your strength? What would that actually feel like? What would it look like? And, what would be the real price of that power? For this to happen, we have to imagine a scenario where there are no limits, no fear holding you back, every single one of your body's natural safety switches is flipped off. You've got one command and one command only, maximum force.
Okay, so to really get our heads around a 100% punch, we first have to understand where that power even comes from. And, spoiler alert, it's not just your arm. It's your entire body, working together like a perfectly tuned engine.
This whole system is called the kinetic chain. A really powerful punch actually starts from the ground up. You push off with your feet, that energy travels up your legs, it gets supercharged when your hips and your torso rotate, and then boom, it explodes down your arm and out through your fist. It's kind of like a whip, a beautiful, violent, biological whip.
And this is where things get really interesting. See, your body is capable of generating way more force than it normally lets you. So why doesn't it? Well, simply put, it's designed to keep you alive. It has all these incredible safety systems built right in to protect you from yourself.
So you've got to think of these not as weaknesses, but as design features. You've got your Golgi tendon organs. They're basically little tension sensors that scream, "Stop! You're about to tear a muscle." Then you have muscle spindles that keep you from overstretching. And on top of all that, you've got your brain, the big boss, consciously holding you back. All of this is there for one reason, so you can throw a punch and still use your arm tomorrow.
Okay, so we know how the power is generated. We know about the built-in safety brakes. So what's the next logical step in our little thought experiment? Well, you guessed it. Let's turn off the brakes. Let's see what happens when the power plant goes into a complete and total meltdown.
With no alarms, no governors, no hesitation, what actually happens? Do you become a superhero for a split second, or does your body just tear itself apart?
Well, the stark biological reality is this. When you remove those safety systems, you don't unlock some hidden potential. You unleash a chain reaction of total, catastrophic failure. The human body, it turns out, just isn't built to contain its own theoretical maximum output.
Let's walk through this grim sequence, step by step. First, your tendons, the things connecting your muscles to your bones, would just snap like old rubber bands. The force is just too great. Then, the muscles themselves, firing without any control, would literally rip themselves to shreds from the inside. From there, the force would slam into your joints, dislocating your shoulder and your elbow. And finally, the recoil, the energy bouncing back into you, would fracture the very bones in your arm. It's a complete system failure.
All right, but let's just pretend for a second that your arm somehow holds together long enough to actually hit something. Now we're leaving the world of biology, and we're entering the world of pure physics. And let me tell you, physics does not mess around.
This is a fundamental law of the universe. All that incredible, self-destructive energy you've just created, it can't just vanish. It has to be transferred. Some of it goes into the target, sure, but a huge chunk of it is going to come right back at you. We call that recoil. And this really gets to the heart of the difference, right? A 100% punch is all about tension, which means you're going to get massive, bone-shattering recoil. But a trained, precise punch, it's fluid. It lets the energy flow through you and into the target, instead of bouncing back and destroying you. It really is the difference between swinging a sledgehammer wildly and using a surgical scalpel.
And hey, this isn't just a hypothetical. We see this principle in the real world all the time, even with a fraction of that force. A boxer's fracture? That happens when a punch is thrown badly. The bones in the hand aren't lined up right, and the force with nowhere else to go just breaks the weakest point. Now just imagine that scaled up to a self-destruct level. So, after all this, the biology, the physics, the self-destruction, what's the big takeaway? It seems to all come down to a fundamental misunderstanding of what the word power even means. I think this quote really says it all. The body isn't designed to just dump all its energy at once. It's designed to find that perfect, beautiful sweet spot between power and precision. Our bodies are all about balance, not just brute force. The goal isn't just maximum output, it's the most effective output that doesn't completely wreck the system. And that, right there, is the ultimate irony of this whole thing. In the quest to become the ultimate weapon, you actually turn that weapon on yourself. The incredible force you unleash makes you its first and its most definitive victim. So it turns out, real power isn't about unleashing 100% of your strength. It's about mastering just a fraction of it. It's found in perfect coordination, not raw force. It's in technique, not tension. It's about having control over chaos and having purpose behind the power, instead of just blind rage.
Ultimately, this whole fantasy of the 100% punch, it reveals a much deeper truth, doesn't it? Our bodies are designed for a lifetime of controlled, sustainable movement, not for one single moment of self-destruction. So maybe true strength isn't about unleashing chaos after all. Maybe it's about mastering control.